Welcome to another late night edition of Crime Time with DutyRon. Guys and girls, I am a retired New York City police detective with over 20 years of law enforcement experience. If you like all things true crime related from the police perspective, consider hitting the subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you will get all things DutyRon when I go live or upload another video. Tonight, we're going to talk about the Kiely Rodni missing person case out in Truckee, California. You know, Adventures with Purpose is out there. Jared's team, 6 folks, men and women, are going to be out there searching, their boots on the ground. I believe they've touched down today at some time in that area, barring any type of missteps or anything of that nature, but they're expected to be there tonight in California searching for Kiely Rodni. It's a great thing. But before we get into it, we're going to talk about that tonight. But before we get into it, I want to say a special thank you to you, the Patreon supporters, the channel members, the folks who subscribe and like and leave comments. You're what makes us a great place, and I can't say enough about you guys. I give you my thanks and praise on behalf of myself and Ed Wallace. You're what makes us a great community, and the way you guys conduct yourselves and the questions that you ask Ed Wallace and I are second to none, and we love the engagement. So keep that engagement going. Make sure everybody that's here gives this video a thumbs up. Make sure you share it onto your social media platform and do your part to get the message out there. And again, I'm sorry I started a little bit late because I didn't schedule this live stream just maybe 15 minutes prior to going live. So I had a little bit of work to do. I was doing a little scurrying, but I saw some of the folks. Hello from Mobile, Alabama. I saw a couple of folks. Yes, Alicia. In the chat. I look at the chat as I'm getting ready and I'm getting all my ducks in order, so to speak. As I'm getting my ducks in order, I see some of the ladies tapping their fingers and tapping their feet, and they're like, DutyRon's usually on time. Where is he? Again, I apologize to you guys. It's Saturday night. Mrs. DutyRon went up to bed early. She's still going through the grieving process on the loss of her mom. So it's a difficult time, but we're getting through it. You know, we're getting through it, guys. But let's get into Kiely Rodni, 16 years old. This morning, coming up on, it's 10:24 here in New York on the East Coast. So in a few short hours will be 2 weeks. 12:30 California time. They're 3 hours behind us. So in a few short hours, you're talking about 14 days. 14 days. Cat H says, 2 minutes. You're late. You're late. I'm late to the party. But listen, I appreciate each and every one of you. Heather Whatever is here. Thank you for joining. Laura, Polka Dots. Thank you, Princess Michelle, Jojo, Jeffrey Crowley, Jennifer Nobles, Ground Zero down out there in Bakersfield, California. I love and respect all of you guys, and I thank you. Hey, listen, this is about, when we talk about these cases, it's about the missing person. It's about the victims and their families. There's a lot of white noise that's going on out in the Twitter sphere, in Facebook, on TikTok, on all of the social media platforms, YouTube included. And it just seems to take away, it takes away from what's really most important and what should be at the forefront, right? It's the victim, the person who's missing. She gets put to the side, and then the drama comes up and comes to the surface. And that's unfortunate. We're not going to get into that here tonight. I know there's a lot of going on. There's a lot of bullshit. I let one go there. There's a lot of BS going on. Let's try to just tune that out and let's talk about this. Adventures with Purpose. They have 23 cold cases, 23 cases. Let's call them cases, cold cases. 23 family members they were able to bring home their missing. And I can't say how impressive that is. And I call it as I see it, folks. These guys and girls, and I know that there's probably women behind every great man is a great woman behind them. So I'm sure that Jared and his whole team has women behind them as well. So these great men and women, I don't know enough about their team, but I can just, with a good sound mind, say that there is a good woman or a few good women behind that squad. And they're out there, man. They're out there and they're doing God's work. And they're bringing people home for their families. It's an impressive group. I tip my cap to them. EquiSearch, Midwest, and Dave Rader and Twyla Cisco. We always talk about the wins, if there's any wins here in these cases. But we always talk about the wins, and the wins are when you can bring closure, right? When you can bring closure or help a family. That's a win. It's a win, man. So these folks are out there, man, and they're doing what they can. They're going to be working side by side with law enforcement. They're professional. They're not going to be stepping on toes, but they're going to be out there with no constraints, and they're going to be searching night and day. And I've heard the lead there for Adventured with Purpose. I heard him and his partner say, "We are not going to leave until we've covered every ounce of water, every piece and body of water. We're not going to leave until we sonar it." And that's their specialty. So let's take a listen to some of the news coverage. I'm going to put my good friends from News Nation on here tonight. Let's take a listen to what they have to say. They interviewed them last night, and then let's take a listen. Let's listen in.
And the mom telling me if anyone knows anything, please come forward. Joining me now is Doug Bishop. He is from Adventures with Purpose, part of the dive team that will be out there in the Prosser Creek Reservoir area tomorrow, searching for Kiely's car. Doug, thank you again for coming back and for what you and your team are doing. Law enforcement, we've heard in the last few days, week or so, they've scaled back their efforts in searching for Kiely. They've called you in. How did this all come about?
You know, we have a large fan base and a support group all over the world. And, you know, the call came through. We heard it loud and clear by thousands of requests. We are in communication with the Placer County Sheriff's Department. They're very happy in welcoming us in. We're going to utilize our unique skill set as well as the search tactics that we've developed that have made us successful.
What are those unique skills that you all bring?
We specialize particularly in sonar. Underwater sonar search and recovery, particularly in finding vehicles underwater.
And you have been successful in the past in many cold cases. We've talked to you about that.
I'm going to just stop it just for a second. Just if you can in the chat, let me know if you guys know Doug and his team. I don't really know a lot about them, but I definitely know Jared. I know Jared. He you know, many times I've watched many of his shows. I mean, I watched him with Mike King, but let me know if you guys know Doug and his team. Just say, you know, in the chat, I know him, and let me know also by placing a number one in the chat if the audio on this is good. If the audio is good, I'd like to hear about it. If it's not, I'm going to pump it up just a little bit. I have it at about halfway. I don't want to blow your ears out of the water. Just let me know by placing a 1 in the chat if the volume is good for you.
Here on the program, Doug, the Prosser Creek Reservoir, what do you know about this particular waterway? What you'll encounter tomorrow? How deep is it? How murky is it?
You know, visibility isn't that bad. I have intel on that so far. We know we're working with a max depth of right around 55 to 60 feet, which is, you know, right in our wheelhouse. It's nothing normal than any other. It's nothing different than any other case that we take on. We're going to come in, we're going to utilize those search tactics that we've developed, and we're going to start at square one and work our way out. And we're not going to leave any inch of water uncovered.
The only difference here is you guys generally focus on cold cases, cases that are years old, that don't have the resources that Kiely's case has had. This is an active, ongoing search. Do you approach that any differently?
Slightly differently, yes. Yeah, obviously, this takes a lot of cooperation with the local authorities and multiple agencies because of the climate surrounding the resources that are involved. But outside of that, no, we've developed a unique search tactic that helps us. It's very successful. It's helped us solve over 23 cases within the last 2 years. So we're going to stick to exactly what we know.
How do you prepare for tomorrow in terms of equipment, the sonar equipment that you'll be using, the technology, how big of a space that you'll be looking?
You know, we're going to use our sonar equipment. We're using cutting edge Garmin sonar technology. We're going to be utilizing 2 boats in all of the different waterways we're going to be in, and we're going to stay with our tight, efficient team of 6 people. And we're going to do what we do. We're going to be working very hard. We're going to try our best to fly under the radar. You know, there's a lot of eyes on this, you know, so we're going to try to do our best to stay focused and not get sidetracked with any of the other mess that's going on around.
These guys are badass. And that was just some footage from prior Adventures with Purpose videos. And that sonar, if you watch them, if you follow them, the sonar, the technology that they use, he's talking about Garmin. Top notch, and they are going to cover every inch of the reservoir and the body of water there. It's going to take them a long time, but they are badass. Definitely love them. Susan Oliver, abso-freaking-lutely. I mean, these things that they're doing, 23 recoveries, right? Susan Oliver from Facebook. Thank you for the Facebook users that are watching. She says, love them. Yeah, you got to love them. You got to love them. I'll let the rest of this play, and I'll just back it up just a little bit for those of you who are just coming in a little bit late. We'll start it here.
Big of a space that you'll be looking.
You know, we're going to use our sonar equipment. We're using cutting edge Garmin sonar technology. We're going to be utilizing 2 boats in all of the different waterways we're going to be in, and we're going to stay with our tight, efficient team of 6 people. And we're going to do what we do. We're going to be working very hard. We're going to try our best to fly under the radar. You know, there's a lot of eyes on this, you know, so we're going to try to do our best to stay focused and not get sidetracked with any of the other mess that's going on around.
We hear so often from families that you.
And I'll say this, the best that he's referring to is the garbage that is not helping with this case. That's the drama. That referral right there of we're not going to get involved in the mess that's going on. He put it very lightly. He put that very lightly. Trust me, he put that lightly. But there's a look at the sonar. That's a look at the body of water. And it gives you that big, wide range view. It's a wide range view of bodies of water. And they just go straight forward and they cover all sides of the body of water. It's impressive. That equipment is unbelievable.
The other mess that's going on around.
We hear so often from families that you guys give hope, in many cases, closure. Have you spoken with Kiely's family ahead of the search to kind of prepare them for what you guys will be doing?
You know, I have spoken with her extended family, yes. And this case, you know, you hit it right on the nose. It's different from what we normally work with. Typically, we're working cases that are 20 and 30 years old. This case, I can tell you, although we're going to come in and we're going to work it really hard, I don't want to be successful. I hope and I pray, and I hope everybody else is praying that, that Kiely is found and found safe. You know, the biggest thing in all of this is she was at a party that had 200 to 300 people. Someone knows something. And that's a really accurate assessment to make.
That is true.
Obviously, protecting the integrity of your investigation, working with local law enforcement. How closely are you in contact with the authorities on the scene that are doing the search on the ground and that have been in the water?
Extremely close.
Can you elaborate?
Nope.
I cannot elaborate any further than that, but I can tell you, you know, our search information is going to be aligned with their search information and communicating every step of the way.
Yeah, I hear you. Doug, the primary focus is obviously Kiely's case right now.
All right. I'm gonna highlight this comment. I don't normally do this and stop a stream. Susan Dean says, at DutyRon, Adventures with Purpose announced that they would be going there, and still not one word from the sheriff that Adventures with Purpose was coming or is not there, or is not there. Why not make a press release on that to apply pressure? No, that they would rather not have a circus. That could potentially cause a circus atmosphere to happen. But I thank you for that question, Sue Dean. That would be counterproductive. That would hurt. That would hurt them, because now you'd have the gawkers that would come out there. They want to get in there and they want to do what they have to do without bells and whistles. They need to do their work. They need to do it unobstructed. They don't want to have crowds that police don't want to have to hold people back from gawking. So they need to work on their own. There's only 6 of them. That's not something that you want to grandstand and bring attention to. It's not going to help with the investigation or the case. If she's in the water, they're going to find her. I feel strongly about that. And I'm not just saying it. I'm not just saying it just to say it, but I feel if anybody has a chance to find her and she's in that water, they're going to get it done, because they don't have a clock to punch in and out of. They don't have supervisors watching over their shoulders saying, hey, you're on 12 hours of overtime. You got to wrap it up. They work under their own schedule. You know what I mean? So if anybody can get this thing done, Doug Bishop and his team are going to be able to get it done. So I'm just going to put it back a little bit, and then we're going to go on.
Ground and that have been in the water.
Extremely close.
Can you elaborate?
I cannot elaborate any further than that. Praying that.
All right. So what she asks him is, how closely are you working with the sheriffs and with the investigating authority? This is an important question, and it's a really good question that this reporter asked him. And kudos to her for asking it. I know that he answered it quite strongly, and there were some things that she asked him that he wouldn't elaborate on, and kudos to him for that. Any professional would answer that question that same exact way he did. So that was really very well answered. So let's take a listen in.
That Kiely is found and found safe. The biggest thing in all of this is she was at a party that had 200 to 300 people. Someone knows something, and that's a really accurate assessment to make.
Obviously, protecting the integrity of their investigation, working with local law enforcement. How closely are you in contact with the authorities on the scene that are doing the search on the ground and that have been in the water?
Here we go.
Extremely close.
Can you elaborate?
Close.
I cannot elaborate any further than that, but I can tell you, our search information is going to be aligned with their search information and communicating every step of the way.
Yeah, I hear you. Doug, the primary focus is obviously Kiely's case right now, and keeping her face in the headlines, but it's not the only missing person in this area. Tell me about some of the other cases as you guys are in this reservoir.
Listen to this.
Yeah, so we were working the other couple that was missing as well. However, they were just located. Our next case that we will be working is Jolissa Fuentes, 22 years old, who disappeared with her vehicle in Selma, California, and she's been missing for several weeks as well, without a trace.
Well, I agree. I hope you're unsuccessful tomorrow in your search. I hope nothing comes up in that water and the search for Kiely continues. Doug Bishop with Adventures with Purpose. We'll be following very closely. I know you all provide updates on your Facebook and your other social media accounts. Our best to you and your team tomorrow. Be safe.
So I'm going to link down below in the description, Adventures with Purpose, so everybody can keep up to date with them. I'm sure that they will have updates on their search and what they're doing over the weekend. And I have other interviews here where you're going to hear Doug say, we're not leaving until we cover all the ground. And again, I tip my cap to these guys. Unbelievable group, unbelievable work that they're doing. It's fantastic. I don't know 007 if they've started searching yet, but they were planning on being in California Friday night, and we are into Friday night. It's 10:40 p.m. on the East Coast, so that's 7:40 p.m. California time, Pacific time. Let's watch a little bit more of the coverage. This is from the affiliate KCRA. This is just a couple of minutes. I'll play it. KCRA. This is an affiliate in California. So let's take a peek and listen to what they have to say.
Today, a specialty search and recovery dive team is deploying in the search of missing Truckee teenager Kiely Rodni. She's been missing since August 6th.
The Placer County Sheriff's Office has spearheaded the case since the beginning, and Placer County is...
Right. I'm sorry, guys. It is Saturday. Correct. My days are all screwed up because of my week. Losing my mother-in-law. My days are all screwed up. My wife was saying it feels like it's Sunday today. So even though it's Saturday. Yeah. So they're there from Friday night. We're supposed to get boots on the ground and land in Florida, in California on Friday night. They were driving from Wisconsin, I believe. So they're there since last night at 7, sometime in the evening. So they are definitely there. I apologize for the Friday night. It's Saturday. All right, let's take a peek. Let's listen to the rest of this.
Where KCRA3's Aaron Heft is joining us now live with the latest. Aaron, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, guys. Tomorrow marks 2 weeks since Kiely went missing, and authorities say they've received thousands of tips, but many of those tips are duplicates, and they're actually slowing down the search process. Now, like you said, Kiely was last seen on August 6th at a party with hundreds of similar-age teens at the Prosser family campground in Truckee. According to authorities, the last known ping from Kiely's cell phone was the same night at 12:30 a.m. Her car, a 2013 Honda CRV, also missing, which is one reason the case is being treated as a possible abduction case. The 16-year-old has been added to the FBI's missing person database, and thousands of tips have been sent in, though Placer County Sheriff's Office says many of those tips are duplicates and are actually slowing down their search efforts. Now, today, a specialty search and recovery dive team who call themselves Adventures with a Purpose will arrive in Truckee to add to their search efforts. Now, this specialty team actually specializes in cold cases, and they've actually helped solve 23 cold cases in the last 3 years. Now, according to Placer County Sheriff's Office, they've received 1,550 tips, and they're vetting those tips as of right now. In Placer County, Aaron Heft, KCR.
So there you go. Again, I screwed up. I'm gonna have to make this an official announcement. I'm on Friday's time. So it is Saturday. So DutyRon is human. I screwed up. Don't crucify me. I know. I got it, guys. But thank you for the correction. I know I can always count on you guys to correct me. And I know I'll see a lot of comments in the comment section. Hey, dude, it's Saturday. You don't even know what day it is. But yeah, it's been one of those weeks, folks. But here we are, late night on Saturday night. We have heard no updates. Again, Adventures with Purpose. I'm sure if they have an update or if they want to update you on their Facebook page, just go on over there and check out their Facebook page. Check out maybe their community tabs. Maybe some other creators might be speaking about what's going on. But listen, they got a lot of work to do there. They have a lot of work to do. And I think the last thing that they should be concentrating on is maybe social media updates, but they have people who work with them. So maybe they will. Maybe they will give updates. Maybe they won't. So here comes a Cat D getting in on the fun. Saturday night super chat. LOL. Thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Listen, I'm a human being, man. I'm not a cyborg. I'm a human being. All right. So that was the KCRA news coverage. Here's some coverage from the Bay Area, NBC. NBC in the Bay Area. They did a little bit of coverage on it. I think it's worth a listen. It's just 1 minute and 27 seconds. Let's take a peek in. I always like to listen to local coverage. You know, I always try to look for local coverage because some of that has some of the best, information. Let's take a peek.
Kiely Rodni.
Yeah, tomorrow marks 2 weeks since the Truckee teenager disappeared after attending a party at a campground. We are learning tonight that a new group of volunteers are coming from out of state to help find her. This is happening as the Placer County Sheriff's Department has said it is scaling back its search. NBC Bay Area Cheryl Hurd has the latest.
So we're going to start at square one.
Doug Bishop and his team is ready to join the search for missing Truckee teenager Kiely Rodni.
What we bring to the table is a fresh set of eyes, an unorthodox level of search tactics that has allowed us to become successful.
Bishop is lead diver and investigator for a group called Adventures with Purpose. Earlier this year, NBC exclusively profiled the group when they helped a family find their missing mom.
It's a Kia.
They specialize in cold cases of people gone missing in their cars underwater. Kiely's extended family reaching out to the volunteer scuba diving team for help.
Unfortunately, almost everyone that we find is in areas that other agencies have already searched. And again, that's just goes back to the rare skill set that we have.
The team coming in just days after authorities announcing they are scaling back the search for Kiely.
We've had over like 9,000 man hours into searching, which is pretty astronomical. Our biggest problem is where do we go and how do we keep sustaining this?
Law enforcement agencies have been searching the area for the 16-year-old or her car. Surveillance video has been circulating, documenting where she was last seen hours before her disappearance 2 weeks ago at the Prosser family campground in Truckee. Her family is holding on to hope. Bishop believes if she is underwater, they will find her.
There are no longer any dive teams there present. There's been a lot. Those things have been exhausted already. They're confident in what they've been able to rule out. And I am as well.
Cheryl Hurd, NBC Bay.
So there's the coverage from NBC, the Bay Area. Doug, I mean, these guys and girls, I'm telling you, they are 100% dedicated. And here we are Saturday night at 10:48 p.m., 7:48 Pacific time on Saturday evening. It's 2 weeks to the day that Kiely has gone missing. And again, I apologize for the missed quote. I was a day behind, and it was funny because my wife said it felt like it was Sunday, and here I am. I'm back onto Friday. But yeah, listen, this is good for the investigation. This does not stop the local, state, and federal authorities who are out there searching, doing their forensic searches with the electronic evidence. They have a ton of Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, all the different posts and things that were made from that evening two weeks ago. There's so much work that they have to do behind the scenes, computer forensics wise, subpoenas, going to judges to try to obtain subpoenas to do their work, to go back to the places where she was prior to this party. We know that she stopped at a convenience location, a convenience store, pulling the tapes, which they've done already, analyzing the tapes before, during, and after her visit there, looking at traffic cameras, if there were any traffic cameras that led her to her routes that she drove. There's just so much. There's a treasure trove of electronic forensics that has to happen, that has to be investigated. And the FBI, that's where the FBI team comes into play here, because they have and Ed and I spoke about it just the other day. By the way, for the folks who are asking for Mr. Ed Wallace, he's in Iraq, and he's doing army training in Iraq. He's training some of the locals on weapons of mass destruction, and he's working on the war against terrorism. Charisma, thank you so much for the super sticker. And I missed another one that was there for $4.99. I apologize. Rocky Pastorino, great to see you, my friend. Thank you for joining. If you're new and just coming across this community here, Crime Time with DutyRon, let me know by putting a new in the chat so we could say hello, and all of the subscribers and moderators and everybody can give you a warm welcome. This is a community of retired law enforcement professionals. And I know that there was no cameras in the campground. We're not referring to the cameras in the campground. we're referring to the cameras surrounding the outside, the outskirts, or anything and everything outside of that area. There's a lot that goes on in an investigation of this type. But so, again, if you're new, just let us know by saying hi and that you're new. So this way everybody can just welcome you in. Again, Ed Wallace and I, we want to try to teach you and let you know what goes on from a police and a detective's investigative perspective. And that's what we do here. Instead of speaking about a whole bunch of, conspiracy type theories or things of that nature, we do engage and welcome everybody's thoughts and opinions. Thoughts and opinions are what makes a think tank work. And think tanks are great. But when think tanks get reckless and get out of control, Natasha, thank you for the super chat. Sending love to you and your family. I greatly appreciate it. Bella, thank you for being new. Hi, Margaret. Hey, how are you? Elizabeth says she's old, but then again, she's new. Joey Brooklyn's always here, and he's always welcoming. Listen, think tanks are important. I got to say, think tanks are very important. But when a think tank becomes toxic and it turns into, hold on. What do you think I'm going to show here? When it turns into jagaloonism, it's no good. It's counterproductive. It is not helpful. It hurts. As a matter of fact, you'll hear investigators in all of these cases, in all of these missing person cases, you're going to hear investigators, including Summerwells and all of them, that these type of jagaloonish behaviors, these tips that lead you in circles, it takes investigators to look at them, and it bogs them down. It's a bog down. So it's not good. It's not a good thing. If you feel like you have something and you want to help, by all means, send in those tips. But don't send these investigators on a rabbit chase, going down rabbit holes that they don't need to go down. I'm going to just look at the Placer County Sheriff's Twitter feed, because that's always a good one. And it looks like day 13, the investigation of, okay. So there's nothing here that I see. And if you see something new on their Twitter or on their official website, let me know about it. Send me the link. But here's, this is day 13. Today is day 13. Our dive team and the OHV team, that's the off-road vehicle team, searched the water by watering ground on Wednesday. So this is the last thing that I'm seeing from them. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that they really don't have anything additional, and I'm going to try to refresh it. Okay, 10 hours ago, the search for Kiely Rodni, full narrative here. 60 personnel assigned. You see this number is dwindling. This number has gone from 300 to 60. So, yeah. 19,900. They're coming up on 20,000 personnel hours cumulative. The assisting agencies have not changed, but the tips are up to 1,772 as of 8/19. I'm sure that number is getting bigger. That number is getting bigger. There's no question about it. It's probably close to 2,000 tips at this time. The numbers will continue to get bigger. If you have anything that you want me or Ed Wallace to look at and cover, I'm always open. Go over to DutyRon.com, and on DutyRon.com, you can send in any kind of message that you want on any of these cases to Ed or myself. Just put in there for Ed or for DutyRon or for both of us. So this way we know. Sonia, you are late to the party, but it's better to be late than never show up. Jamie, thank you for the $5 super chat. She says, sending you and your family love and prayers. Thank you for that. Thank you. All right, I'm going to look on the Facebook page. Somebody told me to look on the Facebook page, and we'll take a peek at what they got there. So how's everybody doing? It's Saturday night. We have discovered that it is not Friday. It is Saturday night. DutyRon is human. He just proved it to you that he's human. It is Saturday night. I was saying earlier in this live stream that it's Friday. All right, hold on a second. Let me just get Placer County Sheriff's Facebook up. Hold on. I got it. Thank you for the super love. I appreciate it. Yeah, I got a busy Sunday. My sister's coming over, my brother. They want to bring food for my wife because she's really still hurting quite a bit over the loss of her mom. And I am too. Listen, I've been around Phyllis for 41 years. My mother-in-law has been with me for my whole adult life. It's just like I lost my mom. You know, I feel the same loss. It's hitting us hard. All right, I'm on the Facebook page, and let's take a peek at this. It looked like that same thing from Twitter. I don't see I don't see anything more. All right. Well, it is what it is. I'm praying for Adventures with Purpose to clear that lake, to clear the reservoir, to clear any bodies of water that are there, and for them to do it safely. I want them. Now, we're always cheerleading people like EquiSearch, Adventures with Purpose, Mark Class from the Class Kids Foundation, and all of the folks that go out there and search, you know. But we have to keep them in our thoughts and in our prayers to conduct these searches in a safe manner. It's dangerous. Diving, divers get hurt. They die. So it is a dangerous thing. It's a brave thing that they're doing. So we want to get behind them. Lieutenant Pete can tell you that, you know, diving is no joke. You know, it's a dangerous proposition, and they're doing it essentially for free. They're not getting paid. They get their money and their funding from people like yourself, users like you guys, me, the general public. They rely on the donations. They have a large channel, and I'm sure that they get their donations. But they're not being paid like a government agency, like a municipal police department, you know? So we got to think about that. And we got to think about Kiely's parents, her mom. You know, Lindsay is a brave woman. And we're seeing people attacking. We're seeing people attacking Lindsay and the stepfather. Just like we see Candace Cooley, Justin Rounds get attacked. The Petito family. It's disgusting. You know, and I got to say, you know, I get around people and try to support them and try to support the people who search for these folks. The fundraiser that we conducted in February of this year for EquiSearch Midwest, we collectively accumulated over $20,000 of funding for EquiSearch Midwest. That's remarkable. You know? So I say to you this, if you have extra money, $5, $1, $2, send it to the people who are doing good stuff. Don't send it to the people who are toxic jagaloons. If you want to send your money to the toxic jagaloons, you might as well throw it in the street. Send it to the people who are trying to do good. And that's what, you know, that's the message that I have for tonight. You know, Kiely Rodni deserves to be found just like every missing person deserves to be found. You know, Jennifer Nobles can tell you about the good that we've done for the boys, Sincere and Classic, over in California, in Bakersfield, California City. There was a lot of volunteers that were searching for those boys, and I continue to search for them on a daily basis. And Roro, part of the family, they were out there, you know, searching day and night in dangerous, treacherous situations. And I tip my cap to the people who are out there doing those things. So Adventures with Purpose is a great group. And there's so many more of them that are out there. So many more of them. Get around those folks. You know, support them. Rich, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. So sorry, Ron. Great job, DutyRon. Prayers for Kiely. Yeah, prayers. Yeah, we hope and pray that that there'll be some kind of closure, some type of resolve. You know, you heard Doug Bishop say, listen, we hope we don't have to, we don't have to come there. He said it on their own YouTube channel. He said, I hope she gets found before we get there. I mean, we know now that hasn't happened, but they were praying. They were hoping and praying that they didn't have to come. Let me just let you guys listen to a 3-minute piece while I do a little bit of housekeeping. I'll let you listen to this piece. It's from the other day, but I think it's pretty good coverage. Just check it out. Listen, look at some of the areas that these guys are going to be searching in. And this is what they're up against since yesterday evening. Adventures with Purpose, from my understanding, got there Friday night. It is now Saturday night.
And the search continues. So do the prayers. The search for missing teenager Kiely Rodni. The 16-year-old was last seen at a party in the Lake Tahoe area a couple of weekends ago. The last ping from her cell phone came in at 12:30 a.m. Saturday morning. Her silver Honda CRV, you see it there, is also missing. The Placer County Sheriff's Department now says the search will continue, but in a more limited way. Fewer people were working the case, down to about 100 today. Previously, it was County Sheriff's Department now says the...
I want to stop that. I wish I could stop it without it going gray like that. But look, I said the other day, it's like a horseshoe that surrounds that area, but it's more than just a horseshoe. It's a lot of water, and that's going to take some time. But look at this. I'm going to keep putting it back because it grays it out when I stop it. But look at this. Look at this body of water.
Search will continue Saturday morning. Her silver Honda CRV, you see it there, is also missing. The Placer County Sheriff's Department now says the search will continue, but in a more limited way. Placer County Sheriff's Department now says the search will continue, but in a more
Wow. That's unbelievable. Look at that. Yeah, I had to put the volume down. I apologize for that, guys. But wow. That's a lot of water. It doesn't look, maybe it might not look like a lot from here, but just look at that, man. That's what they're up against. And they're going to sonar the crap out of that thing. And they are going to make sure, and they may very well find other people. They may, who knows? God only knows what they're going to find in there, you know?
But in a more limited way. Fewer people were working the case, down to about 100 today. Previously, it was about 200 to 300 law enforcement had been assigned daily. Detectives will still follow up on every lead, but the search team will be more like a task force. These past 11 days, excruciating, no doubt, so difficult for her family and friends. That includes her mother, Lindsay Rodni Neiman. Lindsay joins us tonight from Truckee. Lindsay, I think I speak for every parent out there, including myself. Our hearts go out to you. What's keeping you motivated? What's keeping you going in this difficult time?
Family support from community, knowing that even though, you guys are talking about there being a reduction.
And I got to say, anybody that attacks this woman or any of the family, just unsubscribe from me. I'm not for you and you're not for me. If you attack any victim's family, we can't be friends. And I'm not saying that to be mean or being snooty. I'm saying it because that's how I am. If you are the type that would dare attack a mother like this and say, well, she should have did this and she should have did that. No, shut the up and listen. She's missing her daughter. Doesn't matter what led up to it. I mean, oh, God, this gets my blood boiling.
I know you guys are talking about there being a reduction in personnel, that there still is a tremendous amount of people who continue to tirelessly work on this case, and you know, even you guys being so gracious as to continue to share our story.
What type of personality? What was Kiely like? Or excuse me, what is she like? And what could save her here if she's in any sort of distress?
Kiely is strong. She's capable. She's smart. You know, she's tenacious. She's feisty. She has a love for life, and I know that she is never been one to give up easy. And today's no different for her.
And Lindsay, let me say that we appreciate you speaking with us. We know it's hard. There were a lot of people at this party, at this campground, more than 200 young teenagers and young adults, from what I understand. What's your gut feeling here? Did she possibly go off with someone?
You know, she sent me a text and said that she was going to be on her way home, and we're still just waiting for her to come through the door. At this point, it's, you know, we still don't know what happened to her. And so we're just working to piece together those last moments that she was at the party to figure out where she did go and with whom.
I presume you've talked to some of her close friends that might have been with her that night. Are they revealing any details to you? Do they know much?
Her friends who were there with her at the party have been nothing but so cooperative and so courageous in coming forward and sharing their stories. And we have such a love for all of her friends, and are really appreciative of them working so hard and not compromising, but just being so open to work with everybody and being so honest to share everything that they do know.
Well, you have.
There was she misused some words there, and people attacked her for that. That little thing right here in this interview, I received numerous messages from people just jumping on this woman, jumping on Lindsay for these words right here.
Just being so open to work with everybody and being so honest to share. So hard and not compromising, but
She was talking about the kids, and she said the word compromising, and people just jumped on that. You guys gotta, again, here.
Sorry.
Everybody that's part of this community here, I know. All of you guys, I'm not talking to you guys, but I'm talking to some of the folks who just jump on every little word. Listen, we have to trust the process, and we have to push investigators at certain times. Look at what's happening with Candace Cooley, right? I'm going to go off a little bit here, which I normally don't do. Pokey Dots sends in a $50 super chat. Prayers for all missing and their families, right? I'm going to go off a little bit of, I don't really usually delve into this, but like, look at each of these individual cases, and you have different struggles that families go through, because as parents, right, as moms and dads, if you have your child go missing, your young adult child, your 16-year-old daughter go missing, or God forbid get killed, you are going to want to demand action. You're going to want to demand that the police do everything that they can, and investigators do everything they can to find out what happened to your loved one, your piece of flesh and blood that you created, right? If you're a good person, you're going to be shouting from the rooftops, hey, do something. Put yourself, God forbid, in her shoes, in Lindsay's shoes, or in Candace Cooley's shoes, or we could just go on and on. You know, I'm just using these two as an example. We could use hundreds and thousands of other people. But think about, God forbid, you being put in their shoes. You would want and demand everything and anything from all of the resources. You would accept help from anybody that would call you and say, hey, I can search for your daughter or your son. Hey, I can help you solve your case. You're the most vulnerable at this point. When this woman, you see her on, I'm going to put her back on. When you see her on TV talking and begging for her daughter to come home, this woman is so vulnerable, and people will try to exploit vulnerable people and tell them that they can solve, or they know what happened to the daughter, or they've heard voices about, or have had visions and things of that nature. It's not fair to do that. She needs to have, and she said it. I think she says it in this interview, or one of the other interviews that I played. She said, I'm relying on the folks who know how to conduct these investigations, because I don't, and I'm not going to play investigator. So let's listen to the rest of this. I just went off a little bit on a tangent there, but again, that's the human side of me coming out, not the cop side of me, not the detective side of me. It's the human side of me, you know?
Just being so open to work with everybody and being so honest to share everything that they do know.
Well, you have a lot of support and love and prayers here in the Bay Area as well. One final question. We look forward to having you back on the program after you reunite with Kiely.
Yeah, me too. Thanks so much. I look forward to sharing that story with you guys as well.
Yeah, and that was nice of the reporter to say that. He added in there, you know, when you find your daughter, we want you to come back and tell the story. But we're 2 weeks into this thing, and we have no answers. We're no closer to today than we were on day one. So I'm going to try to look for the interview. Let me just see this. New phase. All right, I'm going to look at the chat. All right, let's look at the chat. Richella Pranzo and Pete, Lieutenant Pete and his better half, Richella, thank you so much for sending that beautiful candle to my wife. She loves it. It's on display in our living room. It's a candle with a, you know, it's like battery operated candle, and it says a beautiful saying on the loss of her mom. You guys sent that to us, and my wife just loves it. So thank you. And Tony from EquiSearch Midwest, Tony D, I don't know if he's in the chat, but he sent my wife beautiful wind chimes. Oh my God. I'm going to show you guys a picture of this. And then we're going to get right back on to Kiely Rodni, because that's what this broadcast is about. So I'm going to show you a picture right now of the wind chimes that Tony sent. My wife's got two. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that, but it's this one down here. So she had two already, and that the hanging one that's closest to the tree is it came today from Tony D from EquiSearch Midwest. Tony from Kansas City. Thank you for that. This is a beautiful, beautiful wind chime, and he sent it. He sent it to us. So thank you for that. Yeah, and it was a beautiful card inside there, and you know, just wonderful people, just wonderful. I'm going to let you guys listen to the original News Nation that I played in the beginning of this stream, because we're going to get ready to wrap it up, and then I'm going to look at the comments in the chat, and we'll have a little Q&A. You guys can ask me anything if you want. All right, let's add this for the people who are new, just joining. And if you're new, let us know in the chat. Please, if everybody that's here would be kind enough to give a thumbs up. We're going to listen to the interview with Adventures of Purpose, Doug Bishop. We played this in the beginning. We'll play it again for the folks who are just coming in here. This was just a day before they arrived. I believe it was Thursday. They arrived on Friday late. So here we go. thank you for the super chat. And if you could, I would just say this. Thank you. I appreciate the support, but just don't put stuff like that in the chat. Our moderators will take care of anything that needs to be taken care of. But thank you for that. Appreciate it.
If anyone knows anything, please come forward. Joining me now is Doug Bishop. He is from Adventures with Purpose, part of the dive team that will be out there in the Prosser Creek Reservoir area tomorrow, searching for Kiely's car. Doug, thank you again for coming back and for what you and your team are doing. Law enforcement, we've heard in the last few days, week or so, they've scaled back their efforts in searching for Kiely. They've called you in. How did this all come about?
You know, we have a large fan base and a support group all over the world. And, you know, the call came through. We heard it loud and clear by thousands of requests. We are in communication with the Placer County Sheriff's Department. They're very happy in welcoming us in. We're going to utilize our unique skill set as well as the search tactics that we've developed that have made us successful.
What are those unique skills that you all bring?
We specialize particularly in sonar. Underwater sonar search and recovery, particularly in finding vehicles underwater.
And you have been successful in the past in many cold cases. We've talked to you about that here on the program, Doug. The Prosser Creek Reservoir, what do you know about this particular waterway, what you'll encounter tomorrow? How deep is it? How murky is it?
You know, visibility isn't that bad. I have intel on that so far. We know we're working with a max depth of right around 55 to 60 feet, which is, you know, right in our wheelhouse. It's nothing normal than any other. It's nothing different than any other case that we take on. We're going to come in, we're going to utilize those search tactics that we've developed, and we're going to start at square one and work our way out. And we're not going to leave any inch of water uncovered.
The only difference here is you guys generally focus on cold cases, cases that are years old, that don't have the resources that Kiely's case has had. This is an active, ongoing search. Do you approach that any differently?
Slightly differently, yes. Yeah, obviously, this takes a lot of cooperation with the local authorities and multiple agencies because of the climate surrounding the resources that are involved. But outside of that, no, we've developed a unique search tactic that helps us. It's very successful. It's helped us solve over 23 cases within the last 2 years. So we're going to stick to exactly what we know.
How do you prepare for tomorrow in terms of equipment, the sonar equipment that you'll be using, the technology, how big of a space that you'll be looking?
You know, we're going to use our sonar equipment. We're using cutting edge Garmin sonar technology. We're going to be utilizing 2 boats in all of the different waterways we're going to be in, and we're going to stay with our tight, efficient team of 6 people. And we're going to do what we do. We're going to be working very hard. We're going to try our best to fly under the radar. And, you know, there's a lot of eyes on this, you know, so we're going to try to do our best to stay focused and not get sidetracked with any of the other mess that's going on around.
We hear so often from families that you guys give hope, in many cases, closure. Have you spoken with Kiely's family ahead of the search to kind of prepare them for what you guys will be doing?
You know, I have spoken with her extended family, yes. And this case, you know, you hit it right on the nose. It's different from what we normally work with. Typically, we're working cases that are 20 and 30 years old. This case, I can tell you, although we're going to come in and we're going to work it really hard, I don't want to be successful. I hope and I pray, and I hope everybody else is praying that, you know, that Kiely is found and found safe. You know, the biggest thing in all of this is she was at a party that had 200 to 300 people. Someone knows something. And that's a really accurate assessment to make.
Obviously, protecting the integrity of your investigation, working with local law enforcement. How closely are you in contact with the authorities on the scene that are doing the search on the ground and that have been in the water?
Extremely close.
Can you elaborate?
I cannot elaborate any further than that, but I can tell you, you know, our search information is going to be aligned with their search information and communicating every step of the way.
Yeah, I hear you.
That was the best part of that whole interview right there. When she said, "Can you elaborate?" He said, basically, "No, I can't elaborate." That's what makes them professionals. Welcome to all the gifted memberships. I just gifted out 10 memberships. I hope some of the folks who are well deserving of those memberships, they're done randomly by YouTube. So welcome all the new members. I Love Labs. Wow. I'm glad you got it. She got a membership courtesy of moi. You guys are welcome to gift away memberships if you'd like. So there are some of the folks on the screen getting the free 1-month membership to Crime Time with DutyRon. That's my way of giving back to the community. It's the least that I can do, and I'm happy to do it for you guys. I hope you enjoy it.
Doug, the primary focus is obviously Kiely's case right now, and keeping her face in the headlines, but it's not the only missing person in this area. Tell me about some of the other cases as you guys are in this reservoir.
Yeah, so we were working the other couple that was missing as well. However, they were just located. Our next case that we will be working is Jolissa Fuentes, 22 years old, who disappeared with her vehicle in Selma, California, and she's been missing for several weeks as well, without a trace.
Well, I agree. I hope you're unsuccessful tomorrow in your search. I hope nothing comes up in that water and the search for Kiely continues. Doug Bishop with Adventures with Purpose.
Look at how he crossed his fingers there. What a great guy. Really. I mean, so I was happy to gift those memberships out. I hope each and every one of you get something out of it. Ed Wallace and I, tomorrow, we're going to plan to do a members only live. So if you're not yet a member, consider becoming a member on the lowest tier. I think it's $2.99 a month. Give it a try, 30 days. And I'm glad that Queen Elizabeth and some of the other ones that are in there. Delana, thank you for being a great subscriber. And for the folks who are just getting these free memberships, it only lasts 30 days. But Fuzzy Doxy there is saying welcome to all the new members. For those of you who pay for it out of your own pocketbook or purse or wallet, I appreciate you guys. And I want to just, I don't get a chance to do this often. I want to say thank you to the moderators. The mod squad here on Crime Time with DutyRon, there's only 10 of you guys, right? There's 10 mods here. And those 10 guys and girls who are moderators, they work for free and they work tirelessly. And, you know, granted, I'll send them gifts during the course of the year, and I'll send them little things here and there. But the mods do it for free. And I want to say thank you. I tip my cap to the ladies and gents in the mod squad. You guys are freaking awesome. Max Lee, thank you for becoming a member. Hey, Max, I appreciate it. Welcome to the membership. So this show tonight is, you know, to highlight and talk about Kiely Rodni, missing for 2 weeks. Adventures with Purpose is out there. They're doing God's work. They're searching for the missing. And there's no better thing that you can do volunteer-wise than search for missing folks. There's other things that you could do, like making flyers and helping searchers. Remember, if you're handicapped and you can't get out, or if you have physical limitations, you could share videos. Debbie, thank you for becoming a member. You can share videos, right? You can help with, you know, making flyers. You can help with speaking about the missing. There's so many ways that you can help from afar and not having to get out of your house and still do the great work that some of these folks that are out there doing this physical tough labor. So don't forget, you are important. And thank you, Cecile Mathis, for the $10 super chat. World's best mods. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you for the support. But remember, if you have limitations, it doesn't mean that you are not helpful, that you cannot be helpful, right? So I'm seeing some of the folks, some of my good friends in the chat, like Doodlebug Lori, love that screen name. She said, I have limitations, but you have a mouthpiece, right? And if you don't have the mouthpiece, you have the fingers to do the typing. You can still do your stuff. You can still help. Dog with Job says, Doug Bishop, Ventures with Purpose, is a very gracious, skilled, and professional man. No doubt about that. I tip my cap to him. Soldier Girl, thank you for becoming a YouTube member. I think you were a member once before, and thank you for coming back to the memberships. Hey guys, We have 1,000 people here. Would you like to see maybe 5 or 10 more people get the a free membership, get a chance at the free memberships? If you like that kind of stuff, and I love to give back, you know, put a 1 in the chat if you want me to give away another 10 memberships. But you got to be subscribed. You have to give the thumbs up on the video and share the video. You don't have to do it all now, but whenever you get a chance, please do it. Again, this is a channel that is going to give you a police perspective on missing person case investigations, coming from a retired New York City police detective myself, and my partner Ed Wallace, as you know, and if you don't know, is a retired crime scene investigator. He worked in the New York City Police Department 25 years as a crime scene investigator, 15 out of those 25 at least in the crime scene unit. He's processed over 2,000 crime scenes in his time. So Ed Wallace, just a gem. And some of the guests like Lisa Lockwood that we had on the other night, a former SWAT team and military gal, Jennifer Koffendorfer, retired FBI agent, Mike King from Profiling Evil, Pete Pranzo, retired lieutenant from the NYPD, Bill Cannon. The list goes on and on. So let's get the party going. Let's do it. I see a lot of 1s in the chat. Just guys, if you can, let's get the thumbs up to over 1,000, and then we will give away. When we hit 1,000 on the thumbs up, I'll give 20 memberships. Those are monthly memberships. It's a month free membership, and I'll do 20 of them at 1,000 thumbs up. We're at 852. I think we could do it because we have close to 1,000 people here right now. So let's get that thumbs up up to 1,000, and I'll give away 20 of these bad boys. Jamie, thank you. Thank you for the membership and the comment. I appreciate that. Jamie Johnson says, this is the best channel on YouTube. That's pretty kind. That's pretty kind. We're up to almost 900. So I'll check back with that in a few minutes. And I'll let you guys let me know when we're up to 1,000 thumbs up. And you know me, I'll make good on it. I'm good. I'm a man of my word. Mine ran out, but I loved it. Thank you, Pokey. Thank you. Diane B. smash the thumbs up. Thank you. All right, let's watch another video about Kiely Rodni, because this is all about her. She's missing for 2 weeks now. Just vanished off the face of the earth. How is that possible that somebody that age in that area can just vanish? It just doesn't seem possible. Now, we had the couple, the former boyfriend, girlfriend combination that went to a car show and they were missing. Remember, there was a lot of uproar, and I was about to fire up a live stream about them. And then they were found outside their vehicle down in a ravine. Sadly, a potential accident, but we don't know because the medical examiner hasn't come back with a cause and manner of death. But they were found in a ravine. It's just, I just don't get it. Look at Harmony Montgomery, missing for over 2 years before she got reported. Look at our boys, Orrin and Orson West, over in California, in Bakersfield and California City, falsely reported by their adoptive family, their adoptive parents, in December of 2020, right? We come to find out they're now charged with murder in the first degree in California. Their trial is going to start in October. They killed these kids allegedly in September, months before they reported them missing. So it's a taxing thing for investigators to figure out the puzzle. And we did 14 months of billboards, digital billboards for those boys, thanks to the crowdsourcing and funding from you guys. So I got to say, if you guys weren't a part of this community when we did the billboards for Sincere and Classic, Orrin and Orson West, you got to go back and look at those videos, because every month we raised $1,000 and we sent 14 months worth of $1,000 donations. That's $14,000 to Lamar Advertising for those boys, thanks to you guys. Where are we at with the thumbs up, for crying out loud? Are we at 1,000 yet? Did we hit 1,000? Let me check. I trust you guys, but I still got to see it. I trust you, but I got to see it. Let's take a peek. Wow. 945. 945 on the thumbs up. I'm refreshing 957. We're getting there. I just refreshed the page. It says 957. Huda is like DutyRon. That's typical detective. That was the Huda London, mental health and crime. She's laughing out loud because that's what a detective does. He's like, I'm like, I trust you, but I still got to check. That was comical. Yeah, so that was courtesy of you guys. I mean, the super chats came in, but people were sending money by PayPal. You know, it was unbelievable. It was really unbelievable what you guys did. So we're an hour and 10 minutes into this, and I'm going to get ready to wrap it up. But I want to gift out those memberships. I really want to see that happen. We're at 982. Parents who harm their own children should be fixed. I'm going to highlight that one because you're being too kind. I think parents who harm their own children should be euthanized and put down. How about that? Oh, yeah. I have this whole Go XLR that has so many different things. I got things like,
oh, hell no.
I got gunshots. I got a police siren. I got a lot of stuff.
Oh, gnarly.
Yeah, stop killing your babies. Absolutely. You know, follow the grain in your own wood. Stop killing your babies. Amen. Amen to that. All right, I'm going to take one more peek. I'm hoping we get to where we need to be. Let's see how this is going. Where are we at? We did it. 1K. Thank you, folks. Thank you all. I mean, it helps to get these videos out there. And listen, we're covering these cases, and we're talking about the cases. And that's what's important, is that we're talking about the cases. We're not talking about hogwash. We're not talking about drama. It's important that, you know, we support not only the families, but the actual searchers. And whether that is law enforcement or folks like Adventures with Purpose and EquiSearch Midwest and all of these search and rescue organizations, which there's thousands of them across the United States. There's thousands of private groups. And we had it down in Florida for why is the name slipping me? Cassie Carley, right? It sucks getting old. It sucks getting old. Cassie Carley. We had a Florida search and rescue group put a boat into the water by Navarre Beach, you know, and search for Cassie Carley. You know, so there's so many of these folks. We need to get around them. We need to support them. We don't need to knock them and kick them and say that they suck and that they're doing not a good job. What does that get us? I mean, I'm just talking, but where does that get us? We need to support the people and give them the push that they need. You know, misery loves company, right? And people who are miserable tend to try to drag people into their misery. Misery loves company. My grandmother used to say that to me. God rest her soul. She lived to 1 month shy of 101. My grandmother always said, misery loves company. It stands true to this day. Yeah, Diane B., my neighbor across the street, we had a great dinner together with her and her husband, Kenny. We went out and had a great fun night. on Friday night, coincidentally. Thank you, Diane B. We had a great time with you guys, but she says it good. Let's all support who needs it. Yeah. Amen. All right. Let's do it. Who wants to have a free membership? 20 memberships are going to go out the gate right now. Let's do it. Let's rock and roll. Let's get a drum roll. Do we have a drum roll?
Bueller, Bueller, Bueller.
Who can name that movie? Bueller. Anybody name that movie? All right, let's do it. Membership gifting. I'm going to gift 20. That's $100. But I don't care. Let's do it. It's a give back. It's Give Back Saturday. It's not Friday. It's Give Back Saturday. All right, everybody got it. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. All right, here we go. Let's make sure my credit card goes through. All right. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not yet subscribed, because if you're not subscribed, then you can't get the free membership. It's Give Back Saturday. And we're giving these memberships away because I'm encouraging you guys to support great communities, not just like myself, but like others that are out there doing the right thing. Support those who do the right thing. And here we are. There's $100 going out right now. 20 memberships. Let's see who's winning. Let's see who the winner is. DutyRon just gifted 20 memberships. Let's see who gets it. Drum roll. All right. Let's see how this goes. It seems like it's delayed. What's happening? I'm not seeing it. Why don't I see the free? Good gravy. I can't even see it. Well, congratulations to all the winners, all the new members. The chat's going too fast. It's delayed. I'm trying to see it. I can't see it. I don't know what's going on here. All right, here comes some of them. I see it. Call me Ann Kate. Congratulations. There's one. Wow, why is it taking so long for that to happen? YouTube better not be chinsing me out here. All right. Just Live, Love, Laugh Frugally was gifted a membership. Sunshine and Lollipops. Here, now they're coming. CC Ragan was gifted a membership. I'm going to mess up some of these names. Savannah Reynolds was gifted a membership. And this is how delayed it is. It's coming through on my secondary device. Angela S. Oh, she's great. I'm so happy she got a membership. Congratulations. Virginia Flores, 22, gifted a membership. Fluffy. Sounds like a name of a cat. Fluffy was gifted a membership. Awesome. Yeah, we have to be patient, Jen. I'm way behind. Come on, man. There's 20 of these things.
Pardon my French, but you're an asshole.
All right. Sarah Morley was gifted a membership. Tammy Lynn was gifted a membership. I didn't realize I had that button on there. That's from Ferris Bueller's Day Off as well. That's a good one.
Pardon my French, pardon my French, pardon my French, pardon my French, but you're an asshole.
It's Saturday nights and it's past 11, so we can get a little PG rated here. Let's see who else got gifted a membership. I'm looking. Terry Scalzo. Oh, that's great. I'm glad that she got one. Andrea, she got a membership. Thank you. Congratulations, Andrea. All right. So they're dribbling out slowly, but I got to make sure that they gave 20. I don't want to get ripped off. I don't want to get ripped off.
Why don't you put your thumb up your butt?
What?
Why don't you put your thumb up your butt?
That's terrible. I don't know who put that there, but I gotta delete that out of there quick.
Bite the big one, Junior.
All right. So it looks like they're still coming out. Mars Vogel got a membership. Canadianness got a free membership. Nat B from Canada gifted a membership. April Parsons. I think that's about it right there. That was 20. All right. So let's end this on a high note. Let's send prayers, strength, and positive vibes to Adventures with Purpose and to everybody who's down on the ground, law enforcement, search and rescue, EMS, fire, who might be standing by, the volunteer searchers who will continue throughout the weekend searching for Kiely Rodni. Everybody and anybody who is involved, but especially the families of Kiely Rodni and families of other, 800,000 people get reported missing in America every year. 800,000, give or take a couple of hundred here and there, but 800,000 on average. New missing persons cases get reported annually in the United States. Let that sink in. 800,000 people get reported missing. Out of those 800,000, about 100,000 new missing person cases are active. New every year is 100,000 humans go unaccounted for in the United States. Let that sink in. 100,000 out of the 800,000 remain missing and are new cases for law enforcement to investigate every year. It's an astronomical figure. It's frightening when you think about it. My son is out tonight, my 25-year-old son. He's out with his friends. And I'll tell you, I won't sleep until I hear him come home. He's a grown man. He's 25 years old. But I still will stay up until I hear that front door shut. That's just me. You could say whatever you want about that. That's a little excessive, DutyRon. But I won't sleep until he comes home. Because I got in the back of my mind that 100,000 number. It freaks me the out. So be careful when you're out there. Kayla, thank you for becoming a member. Welcome to the membership, Kayla. I know you. I love it. I love that you're a member. Thank you for becoming one. I gave away 30 memberships here tonight. I gave away, I think, 5, and then 5, and then 20. Yeah, that's 30. Becky L says, my kids are 38 and 36, and I'm the same freaking way. Yeah. Hey, for those of you who are the new members, whoever's a new member here tonight, put that you were new so we can say hello to you, and congratulations to everybody. Congratulations. Brent Montgomery, I'm going to give one more membership away because I want Brent Montgomery to get one. I hope that he gets it. Rose says she does the same thing. I want to give one more person a chance to become a member. I can't guarantee you that it's going to be Brent Montgomery, but I hope it is. Let's do it. Let's do it. Gift. Let's keep our fingers crossed that my credit card goes through. I'm gifting 5 more. 35 members tonight. 35 new members. True Crime Junkie, welcome to DutyRon Silver. Thank you for becoming a member. or upgrading your membership. True Crime Junkie, great to see you. Thank you. There you go. Look at me now, Mom. No hands. Just live, love, laugh frugally says new. I just gifted 5 more. Let's see. Hopefully Brent Montgomery gets this. Please. Please. Why does it take so long? What the heck is going on here? Everybody's saying me, me, me. True Crime Junkie gifted 5 memberships. Oh, you are awesome. I love it. Thank you, True Crime Junkie. Holy. About the shade says being selective. No, Brent Montgomery sends me so many pictures. I'm going to tell you why I said Brent Montgomery. So I know that you're just kidding, but Jennifer, thank you for the $20. My oldest is 23 and I still worry about her. I've installed kidnapping in her brain. I've installed. She's very careful, but it doesn't matter. It can happen to any of our children. We live in a sick world with sick people. Amen to that. So let me say this. You're 100% right, Jen. 100% right. We can't be careful enough, right? Real talk with, who is that? Why am I not seeing that super chat? Real talk with Jess. There we go. Thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate the $2. Welcome to True Crime Junkie, and thank you for giving away those memberships. Kayla, thank you. Appreciate it. You can't be careful. You can't be too careful, you know? All right, let me tell you why I wanted Brent Montgomery to get a membership, because he sends me so many pictures and so much video and pictures on these missing person cases. He works hard and tirelessly and sends so much to me and other creators. I want him. Rocky K9, good to see you. Let's give memberships to Kylie's mom. Yeah. That would be great. But I can't, it chooses it automatically. It chooses it automatically. And I'm trying to see where did the 5 go? All right, here it comes. Cameron Crime Crazy was gifted a membership by True Crime Junkie. Wow, that's severely delayed. Wow, honored. Thank you, Brent. And it doesn't, I can't end this until I see where it goes. There's a lot of bleeps. Bleep. Bleep. Yeah. So Jeff was gifted a membership by True Crime Junkie. These are coming through delayed. Kathy Gammons was gifted a membership by True Crime Junkie. Thank you for doing that, by the way. DutyRon, please invite Adventures with Purpose. They're busy working, but I'd love to have them as guests. But they're busy right now. Okay. Pull down the chat screen. I have refreshed it, and I've done so much to the chat. I don't know how much more I can do. Jeff says, wow, thank you. Yeah, so sweet of True Crime. All right, so we're live an hour and 30 minutes. Renee in North Carolina was gifted by DutyRon. Here they come. Renee in North Carolina, congratulations. Joe McAttack was gifted a membership by DutyRon. Congratulations, Joe. Sarah Morley says, thank you for my new membership, DutyRon. Montana Mama, $20. I just saw you all are live. Good evening. Welcome to the party. You're a little late, but better late than never. And thank you for the support. Always great to see you. So I think that's it. Now we can end this live stream. I'm feeling good right now. At Brianna Miles, I never watched it until Chris watched it. I learned it from my dad. All right. Here's one more thing I want to ask you guys, and then we'll end it. We'll end it with a prayer, and we'll end it by sending prayers to to the family. So again, Kiely Rodni, missing 16-year-old, still 2 weeks to the day, going into 2 weeks and a day. I want to know in the comment section down below when you started following my channel, when you started following this channel. Let me know on the case, whether it was Gabby Petito, whether it was, Casey and Vicky White, whether it was on The Boys, Sincere and Classic. Let me know here's the assignment. Let me know when you started following us and subscribing to me and Ed, or just me before Ed came, and put it down below in the comment section. And if you have any questions or thoughts or concerns, let me know in the comment section or on DutyRon.com. So this was an hour and 30 minutes. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. SB says, I just subscribed a few moments ago. I hope you stay subscribed. I hope you consider sticking around. Everybody's putting it in the chat here. But again, I want to know in the comments down below. So I hope that after this live stream ends, everybody takes the assignment and puts it down below. Hey, DutyRon, I followed you for Dylan Rounds. I followed you on the Summer Wells. I followed you on Casey and Vicky White. Boys the Boys in Summer Wells. Whatever the case may be, I want to know how many people are around and when you started coming around and following us. And also let me know some of the better live streams that you enjoyed, like whether it was Barbara Butcher from the New York City Medical Examiner's Office. We had a forensic odontologist. Remember when we had Dr. Larry Dobrin on, and all of our anthropology people and all the folks? We had a bug doctor from Australia. Remember that? Let me know what was one of your favorite live streams, so this way we can interact. All right, guys, I want to just say this. As I always end these live streams, we always say, God bless the world. God bless the United States of America. And God bless each and every one of us here in the chat. I know we are all going through our own struggles. We're all going through our own issues. Let's send strength and prayers and positive vibes to each other and all of the families, Kiely Rodni's family as well, but all the families that are victims of crime. Let's send them strength, prayers, and positive vibes. Let's uplift them. And let's make it a point, even though we love sometimes to get a daily dose of drama, let's make it a point to stop ourselves and think, hey, do I need to say these hurtful things? Do I need to jump on the pile of people that are talking bad about some of these situations? Let's try to look at the good and let's try to uplift some of these folks. That's all I'm asking. Not all of you will comply with that, but let's try to do the right thing and be kind and helpful, because we're only here for a short period of time. Do you want to be known as that guy or girl? I don't. So stick around with me and Ed, and you'll see what we got to offer. Peace and love from New York City. I hope everyone has a great rest of your weekend. Give this video a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. Share the video. And let's bring Kiely Rodni home. Let's bring her home. Peace from New York.